Greetings, class. This is Professor Bold, and this is the Spring Social Work 2302, Spring 2019 class. And I wanted to take the time to go over the syllabus with you in this particular video. I'm using the screencast-o-matic view again, and I have a little bit of a distraction here at my home. Being that it's a cold day, I have a pet that is in this room with me, a dog named Rex. So I apologize for any disturbance that may be caused by the tippy-tappy sound behind me, or perhaps the dog might bark. Please forgive that unprofessional nature of this video. However, I do want to take the time to go over the syllabus with you. So if you will look in the Blackboard menu and you will click on Syllabus right there, and there you will see the course text. I've already talked once about the course text, but I want to mention again that it is the 6th edition of the course text, not the any other edition. However, I often have students ask if they can use the 5th edition of the course text, and I am okay with that, with the 5th edition. They are very close. However, you should know that the 6th edition has much newer information as far as political correct information, new topics for social work, just the best practices really can be found in the 6th edition, and that is the preferred edition. However, it is understandable that some students may find themselves only able to purchase, for whatever reason, the 5th edition. Please know that if you do purchase the 5th edition and not the 6th, it is your responsibility to look for any changes in case study materials that are in the book, or any changes in page numbers that are referred to throughout the quizzes, and any information in the quizzes. You will need to make sure that you are getting the correct information if you choose not to use the 6th edition. Okay, let's go here, and we're going to click on Syllabus. This is where you will find the course syllabus. From time to time, I may need to change the course syllabus. I typically do not make huge major changes throughout the semester, but if I do make a change of any kind, I will post it on announcements. I'll let you know there's a change. I'll adjust the syllabus and put the new edited version on Blackboard, and then I will also send an email through the announcements place. So it's up to you to keep up with whether there is a new announcement there or not about the syllabus. So I've taken this syllabus and I've designed it to be for SOCW 2302. That's the Lifespan Development course. And it's section 004, 006, and 010. So if you're in one of those sections, this is the syllabus that you use. Your syllabus may be different than someone else who is taking 2302 in a different section, okay? Various professors may make adjustments or provide new or different material there that's just as beneficial as this course is, but I have designed this course specifically for this class. So it is really best not to communicate with people in other sections about the assignments, because they will have different information. If you have any questions about the syllabus or the class or the assignments, it is always best to ask me first before relying on other students. At times, we had some issues in the past with students feeling like they could share information amongst themselves, but the information was incorrect. So I want you to be cautious about that. I want you to get to know each other. I want you to have a good time in this class, and I want you to understand who your colleagues are and be able to work with them in the future. However, if you're sharing false information, it won't be helpful to anyone. So it's always best to ask me as well, or include me in some of your conversations. I realize that students enjoy talking about assignments and even sometimes complaining a little bit about assignments, But if you have a complaint and you haven't checked it out with me, it may not be a verifiable complaint. So, or legitimate. So you want to make sure that you're always checking with your professors first. So here's some additional information about myself. I have a LMSW. I'm a licensed master social worker. I just completed my hours as an LCSW. I'm actually an associate professor in practice, so that will be changed soon, hopefully. And here is a Mentis profile. This is always interesting for you to look up for your professors. You can see all of the things that they've studied previously, what their professions are, what their areas of specialty is. That's always an interesting area to explore if you want to know more about your professors. Office hours, this is the office phone number. Excuse me, let me go back. This is the office phone number. This goes straight to the UTA line, and you would leave a message there. It's really better to try to communicate with me over email. I respond pretty quickly over email. If you go through the main office, you may have some difficulty locating me or finding me, that type of thing. Email, I'm always there. Any office hours, we can meet in person or in Skype or phone, or you have fairly accessible in most areas as far as meeting and talking about issues that you have. Typically, we can work things out on the email, but and kind of communicate that way. But if you feel like we need to communicate in person, we can certainly do that. This is the description of the course. This is one of 2 required human behavior courses. Some of you may be taking 3301 at the same time that you're taking this one. They are completely different course textbooks. So be sure that you have the right textbook for this course. That means you will have 2 textbooks, one for 3301 and one for 2302. You may have a different instructor for each class, but the textbooks will look very similar because they are both human behavior classes. So just be sure that you're clear on that. This course talks more about the lifespan, and we actually go through the human lifespan from the point of conception all the way to death. And it's an extremely interesting course that I think you'll like. Your 3301 course is different in that it's a little more, it's got a lot of theories, but it is more about the human behavioral aspects and the theories and how to apply those in specific areas of social work. This class is more about lifespan. So you have some learning outcomes here. Let me just briefly explain that a learning outcome, these are areas that you're expected to master at the end of the course. So by the end of this course, you should be able to apply social work ethical principles and critical thinking and talk about diversity and differences in practice and all of the things that are listed here. Engage in research-informed practice, apply knowledge of human behavior, and respond to contexts that shape practice. This list comes directly from the Council of Social Work Education. And so we go by, we call it the EPOS for short, Educational Policy and Student Standards, Student Academic Standards. But really, it is the framework for what is expected from someone who is going into social work. Now, I realize that many of you may not be going into social work, and you're in nursing or business or university studies or some other profession, teaching, any number of things, but you want to get a social work perspective, and that's what you'll get in this course. But be prepared for me to talk about it from a social work viewpoint. That's what I'll be doing. So because this is a social work course, it is designed around the Council of Social Work Education. So expect that that's what you're going to get, is we'll be talking about how every topic applies to the social work profession. Okay, so I'm going to scroll on through these. I want to encourage you to read those in detail, because this syllabus is sort of like a contract. These are the things that we agree to teach you, and then the activities are also the things that you agree to participate in. I do expect that students will complete all of the activities in this course. Students are not allowed to just pick and choose. Sometimes students go into classes and they think, well, I'll just take the easy way out. I'll try to get a C in this class. No, I expect you to at least attempt every activity and every assignment in this class in order to receive a passing grade. I have an ethical responsibility as a social worker to put out social workers who are competent. And so in order to do that, it's really important that you abide by the things that are set out for in the educational standards. So again, here is the required textbook and other materials. A couple of recommended textbooks or other materials. I've put a couple of, I've got a lot of activity going on over here. I'm sorry for the interruption. I've put a couple of websites here, which one is the Purdue OWL, which is the writing resource for you, as well as the UTA School of Social Work writing resource. We use APA in the School of Social Work. So if you don't know APA, you're going to want to at least familiarize yourself with it enough to be able to use it within your writing. So that's very important. Some of the descriptions of the major assignments are here. I'm going to go through each assignment in a video as well, but I want you to see what's expected in this class. Number one, I'll expect that you do a video introduction of yourself. Number two, there's a group presentation. This group presentation is set up in activities. So all of these activities are to help you with your group presentation. I think you'll like this. It's an interesting way to break down what is required in this course. So for instance, all of these activities, there's 5 points for activity, and then when you do your presentation, the actual presentation is 25 points. And all of those things add up to 50 points. So you will see that they are very interesting. They're also set up to allow you an opportunity to learn new skills in the area of being online, working in groups, and how to make that really work for you. In the School of Social Work, we work in teams a lot. In your careers, we work in teams a lot, no matter what career you're in. Teacher, lawyer, doctor, engineer, whatever career you choose in life, you will be working with other people. So some of this is designed to assist you in that process, and you will know so much more than somebody else sitting across the table for you when you get in the workplace after you've experienced some of these team activities. They're not too cumbersome, but they are required for you to get the full 50 points in the group presentation. Then there's also a major paper case study. You may do that. You must do that on your own. The major paper case study is something that you have to work independently because it requires you to think about the ethics of social work and what exactly is involved in working with an individual client in social work. So that's important that you're able to do that. Okay, so you can also, if you'll see this major paper case study, it says you may choose one of two options for completing this assignment. So the idea is that you would choose one, not both, of the options. The first option is to conduct an interview, and the other option is to watch a movie. They both have the same assignment. They both have the same writing requirement. They both have the same research requirement. It's a different way of looking at a specific person. So when you conduct an interview, you'll actually be interviewing someone to meet the requirement. And then the other one is you'll be watching a movie and choosing a specific character from that movie to complete the assignment. So if you have questions about that, I would first suggest that you look at the Blackboard place. I'm going to take us back there for a second, where it says case study major paper instructions. Also, just note here that this is where you post your final group presentation, and there's some instructions there as well. But then you can see more information. There's much more information that is outlined on Blackboard than is found here. So don't just rely on this. You need to look at Blackboard for details. Here's the quizzes. You have 10 quizzes, and each is worth a total of is 2 points for a total of the 20 points that you'll get. Do not discount these quizzes. I've had students who say, oh, well, it's just 2 points. Well, by the time you get to the end of the semester, 2 points is worth an awful lot to you. So be sure you do that. The other thing is, remember, you have to complete all of the assignments in the class, or attempt all of the assignments in the class, in order to be considered have taken the course. You can't just pick and choose whatever it is you want. You've got to. So if you'll see here also, number 5 is course exploration assignments. Each activity is worth 2 points for a total of 10 points towards your final grade. It's very similar to the other ones. You must complete the course exploration assignments. Good news, there is no midterm or final exam in this course. While there's no necessarily required attendance in this class, but if you will look down here, each week begins on a Tuesday at midnight and ends on a Monday at 11:59. That means that most of your assignments are going to be due on Mondays at 11:59. The reason for that is to give you the weekend to work on things. I found that helps the student and helps the professor, and it just works out really well if we have a Tuesday through Monday schedule. Here's where you'll find how everything is graded. That adds up to 100 points, and here is the grading scale. Now, to get the 100 points, you must do all of the required assignments. So you must complete all of the assignments in order to get the 100 points. And then after that, anything above and beyond that is your extra credit and will be added to that 100 points in the grade center. Here are some more details about what is expected from papers. And if you do not turn in an assignment, it will be recorded as a 0. There are no makeup exams, and all papers are due on the dates specified on the assignment. And I will not accept any papers after 5 days over the due date. I will not accept any papers after 5 days over the due date. There's an automatic 10-point reduction for the assignments turned in past the due date. And you must submit all of your papers by SafeAssign. And I do not give incompletes. There are no incompletes. And then you must complete all of the assignments. The next item here is the course schedule. So each week you're expected to read, watch all the videos, and complete all of the assignments. If you keep up that pace in this class, you will do very well. If you keep up the pace and you communicate with me when there's questions or concerns, you will do very well in this class. So I want to encourage you to go through the course schedule here, read through it for detail, get out your planner, and write down when everything is due. You should do this with this class and all of your classes, but write down when each item is due so that you can keep up a good pace with this course. So if you'll notice, in the course schedule, we go through every chapter each week, and then the assignments are related to each chapter. Your team activities and your exploration assignments and your quizzes are all located here in this section where it says assignments. Then when you get down to the major paper and your group presentation, the due dates are down here as well. So you want to go ahead and put that in your day timer or your planner or some type of scheduling thing. They do have a schedule here on Blackboard. They have a calendar, and then if you want to use your phone, however you want to do that, that's up to you. I may make adjustments from time to time. It might be in the area of due dates or small tweaks to the assignment, or maybe every once in a while I make a mistake. I know that's hard to believe, but every once in a while I get the numbers transposed or something seems off. If you are going through this and something seems, I'm going to go back up to the front. you're going through the syllabus and something seems not right, or the weeks or the months or the numbers or something do not look right, if you will let me know, and then either I can speak to your concern or I can make the adjustment and let everybody in the class know. But remember, if I am not informed of it, then I can't make any changes. I can't do anything about it if I don't know about it. So be sure you're communicating with me regularly. And again, welcome to this class. I think you're going to enjoy it. I think you'll find it extremely helpful to you in your future careers, whatever that be. And I look forward to working with you. Thank you.